Namaste Gurukulians. I wish you all are as fit as fiddle and hope you all are doing work at home. Okay, and the sound of music. Today what we are going to do, class 9th, the sound of music. The chapter the sound of music, the Evelyn. Okay, the sound of music. Okay, first of all the part which was left of the first Evelyn Glennie. Okay, we are going to do that bit. Okay, the sound of music. And up to this point I have told you, I think you must have read at home, and what was the problem with the Evelyn, and the second thing how her parents fought with the situation, and the third thing the who motivated her. Okay, and how she has showed his how she has showed her determination. Okay, and because of her persistence, work and perseverance, okay, and the tenacity, she won and she made her way to the success. Okay, whatever I'm telling right now, I think you must have read at home. Okay, now the last three paragraph of your story, that is here, 8th. Okay, that is page number 28th paragraph. Not surprisingly, Evelyn delights her audiences. In 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. Says master percussionist James Blades, God may have taken her hearing, but he has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. So what writer says here, see about her, not surprisingly, Evelyn delights her audience. Now what means, everybody was taking interest. Okay, delight, everybody was taking interest and delight in her performances. Okay, not surprisingly, but by they were everybody was there curious to see her performances. Okay, and it gives a delight to the people, audience, to see her performances. And in 1991 she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Societies. Okay, who bete, see, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic. This is the name of the society, bete, of the society's prestigious society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. It was given to her. Soloist of the Year award. She got there this award. Okay, this award she got there, Soloist of the Year award. Okay, because she started there giving performances, solo performances, and she got there this award for that. And see, bete, says master percussionist, famous master of that time, that is a musician, see, James Blades. In the starting of the chapter, I told you at the time, bete, what if the God has taken one quality, one ability of the Evelyn, it doesn't mean that all the doors of the world are shut for her. Okay, I told you this thing, bete, and the same thing here. Once again, James Blade says, God may have taken her hearing, but he has given her back something extraordinary, something different from other people, which normal people don't have. What we hear, she feels those things, what we hear through our ears, but she doesn't have that. Okay, that ability, she has lost her ability of hearing. Okay, but she feels far more deeply than any of us, and she she feels those things, she senses those things much better than other people. Those have their, those have their hearing ability, okay, better than those persons, and that is why she expresses music so beautifully. And because of her this extraordinary ability, she expresses, she shows what bete music so beautifully, much better than others. Ninth paragraph, Evelyn confesses means accepts, okay, that she is something of a workaholic means a person who can't stop from himself or herself from the continuation of the work, who continuously does their work, okay, their work, that person is called, that is workaholic. And see bete, see, workaholic, work work the meaning of this bete, see, a person who finds it difficult to stop, a person who finds difficult to stop working, that person is called what bete, workaholic, and she is that type of the girl. And I have just got to work, often harder than classical musicians. She says, I have to go to work means more and more harder than the classical musician, okay, because she has to do work continuously in order to make herself perfect, okay, but the rewards are enormous, and the awards whatever she was getting at that time, those awards were enormous means big, huge, okay, for her. Apart from the regular concerts, Evelyn also gives free concerts in prisons and hospitals. She was giving regular concerts, performances, okay, and along with that she was also giving her free concerts in prisons and hospitals. And she also gives high priority means bete preferences. What is the meaning of priority? Preferences to classes for young musician, okay, she was giving preferences to give the classes, okay, means coaching to the young persons, okay. And see, musicians, and Richlin of the Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children says she is a shining inspiration. Who says this word beta? You have to learn this. And Richlin of Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children. Deaf children says, okay, what he says bete, she is a shining inspiration for deaf children, means she is an inspiration for the other disabled person, okay. For the deaf children, they see that there is nowhere that they can't go, means they see, if they are not able to hear anything, but they see that, to see to whom they see, to see Evelyn, means what things comes in the inside of their, okay, heart, means there is nowhere that they can't go, means they can also get their goal, they can also fulfill their dream of their life. And see the 10th paragraph, Evelyn, last paragraph bete, Evelyn Glennie has already accomplished more than most people twice her age. Means, see bete, Evelyn Glennie has already achieved more. She achieved more than, okay, most people who are twice of her age. Means those who were elder than her. Okay, she got there, she achieved there more than those persons. Okay, she has brought percussion to the front of the orchestra and demonstrated that it can be very moving. She, you know bete, whenever the musicians gives their performance, orchestra means group of musicians always gives their performances there, back of the stage. But she is the percussionist who demonstrated. What is the meaning of demonstrated bete? Demonstrated means showed. Who showed that it can be very moving, means she showed that in front of the stage. Okay, she has given inspiration to those who are handicapped, means she proved a great inspiration for the disabled person. Okay, handicapped person, people who look to her and say, if she can do, those who look at her and they started saying, what they starting saying, if she can do it, I can. Means if that means if Evelyn being disabled can do these kind of the things and she can get the success in her life, they can also get their success. And not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions. And not the least means she has given enormous pleasure to the pleasure means happiness, delights. Okay, she delights to the millions of people because of her bete determination. Okay, I told you specially about that, and this is the theme of your chapter, Evelyn Glennie, The Sound of Music, the first part. Now what you will do, once again you will read this chapter. If there is any problem, once again I would like to say you can ask me anything on your WhatsApp group. Okay, and now what we are going to do bete, we are going to do Ustad Bismillah Khan. This is the second part of Sound of Music. Okay, okay beta, so what we are going to do today we are going to do second part. This is the second part second of आपका पता ही है, of lesson The Sound of Music. That is, what is that bete? Ustad Bismillah Khan. I think most of the students know about this person. Okay, am I right? Before starting this chapter, I just want to tell you something. Okay, and this is these lines related to the both the parts of this chapter, The Sound of Music. See, music gives a soul to the universe and wings to the mind and flights to the imaginations. Music gives soul to the universe, wings to the mind and the flights to the imagination and life to everything. Okay, said by Plato. And see, if I were not a physicist, I would probably be a musician. I live my daydream in music. I see my life in terms of music. Okay, who says this word bete? Albert Einstein. And these two persons, Bismillah Khan and the same Evelyn Glennie, these both has shown their interest in music, and the music they had shown there, okay, in their life. They have shown in their life that music is their life, and music can change the life of any person. Means everything, it gives life to everything. What bete? Music. So in this chapter we are going to read about the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Bismillah Khan, who was known, and he is known for his Shehnai, for his playing of his Shehnai. And see, think of the Shehnai, and the first thing you will probably imagine is a wedding or a similar occasion or function. The next would probably be Ustad Bismillah Khan, the Shehnai maestro. Okay, what is the meaning of maestro bete? Samrat, king of Shehnai. Okay, playing this instrument. What is the meaning of maestro? He is a maestro. Ustad Bismillah Khan is a maestro, means king, Shah of Shehnai. Okay, playing this instrument. Emperor, we are going to start the reading of the chapter. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Pungi became the generic name for reeded noisemakers. See, emperor at the time of Mughal emperors, there was an emperor who the king Aurangzeb was there, and he banned the playing of a musical instrument. He prohibited. What is the meaning of banned bete? Prohibited, रोक लगाना किसी चीज पर. Okay, he banned the playing of a musical instrument that is called pungi in the royal residence, for it had, why he banned that? Because pungi had a shrill means irritating. What is the meaning of shrill bete? Shrill means irritating. Shrill, what is the meaning of shrill bete? Irritating. Okay, irritating, unpleasant. Okay, unpleasant sound of pungi, sharp sound of pungi. Okay, pungi became the generic name, scientific name. Okay, generic name for reeded noise makers. What is the meaning of reeded bete? Wind instrument which have reeds like the flute. Flute की तरह क्या होता है? It is a wooden instrument bete. Okay, in which we can see their holes. Okay, like a flute. Reeded, R-E-E-D-E-D, R-E-E-D-E-D. And generic name means a name given to a class or group as a whole. Okay, which comes in the group of flute. Pungi also came there at that time in the group of flutes. Generic name for reeded noisemakers. Few had thought that it would one day be revived. Few people were thinking like that after the prohibition of the playing of pungi, okay, by the Aurangzeb there, and few people were saying like that it would one day be revived, brought back to life. It would one day will be brought back to live. A barber of a family of professional musician who had access to the royal palace, means a barber. There was a barber of a family of the professional musician. He was from the professional musician family who had access, who has access means entry, who approached there to the royal palace, decided to improve the tonal means bete sound, tonal quality of the pungi. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem that was longer and broader than the pungi. He took there, see what he did bete, he took a stem of wood and he made there some hollow in that stem, and he changed, he brought there some changes, okay, in that pungi, okay, stem that was longer and broader than the pungi, and it was longer and broader than the pungi, and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. He made 7 holes on the body of that pipe bete. When he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, like when we play flute bete, we close the holes and then we open the holes, like that he was doing. When he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious means sweet, charming sounds were produced. He played the instrument before royalty. He played that in front of the emperor, king, okay, and everyone was very impressed. Means who changed that pungi bete? A barber. Okay, how he changed that? He changed the size of that. See, it was broader and longer than the pungi, and he made there seven holes on that, in that. Okay, and some of the holes, and when he played it on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds were coming, and it was attracting each and everybody there in the palace. And okay, and everyone was impressed. The instrument, so different from the pungi, had to be given a new name, and this instrument different from the pungi, and it was thought at the time that they should give it a new name. And see, as the story goes, since it was first played in the Shah chamber, as the story is going on, I have told you that the barber came there. Where he approaches, he came there in the palace of the Shah. Okay, in front of that he played their pungi. Okay, who played pungi? Nai, Shehnai, and in front of Shah. In this way, pungi got its new name Shehnai, because it was played in front of Shah by Nai. In this way, it got its name. Shah chambers, and was played by a Nai. The instrument was named the Shehnai. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. It was considered that they should play that on the good occasion, auspicious, pavitra. Okay, good omen. Okay, and good occasions it should be played, and for this reason it is still played in temples, and in indispensable component. It was played in temples, and indispensable bete, without which a piece of work cannot be done. Means without this wedding or functions were considered nothing. In the North Indian wedding, in the past, Shehnai was part of the Naubat, or traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at the royal court. Okay, it was one of the part of the Naubat. Okay, Naubat bete, what is the meaning of Naubat? You should write there. What is the meaning of Naubat? When we play together some instruments, okay, that is group of 9 items. What is the meaning of Naubat? Naubat means group of 9 items. Okay, musical instruments. So it was decided that it should be also in that group of 9 instruments. Okay, and it plays at the royal courts. Till recently, it was used only in temples and weddings. The credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. The credit for bringing it where bete onto the classical stage, the credit goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played gilli danda near a pond in the ancient estate of Dumro in Bihar. He would regularly go to the nearby Bihariji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita. Chaita bete, it is a Bhojpuri language. He sang there Bhojpuri Chaita when he was 5 years old. Okay, at the end of which he would earn a big laddu, and when he after singing that Chaita, he got there from the king of that area. What he got there? The laddu of weight of 1.2 kg. Okay, as a prize he got their laddu, and weight of that laddu was 1.25 kg. Okay, who gave it? He got that award, the prize, by the local Maharaja. This happened 80 years ago, and the little boy has travelled far to earn the highest civilian award in India. And it goes, this happened 80 years ago, and the little boy has travelled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. When he was 80 years old, it was going on like that. He was getting the award and prizes, and when he was 80 years old, at that time, he earned there, what he earned, bete, the highest civilian award in India, and that is the Bharat Ratna at the age of 80. Born on 21st March 1916, he born on 21st March 1960. Okay. Bismillah Khan belongs to well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather Rasool Baks Khan was the Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpuri King's Court. His father Pagambar Baks and the other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai player. Means he was from the great musician family. His grandfather was also musician. Okay, the grandfather name is here. It is given here, bete, Rasool Baks Khan, and his father himself was musician, Pagambar Baks, and other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai player. The young boy took to music early in life at the age of 3 when his mother took him to his maternal uncle's house in Banaras, now which is known as the Varanasi. The young boy took to, now from the maternal house also, his mama was also great musician, okay, and his mother took him to his maternal uncle's house is Banaras, and now Varanasi, that is called. And Bismillah was fascinated means attracted, watching his uncles practice the Shehnai. He got fascinated, attracted to see whenever his mama played their Shehnai. Okay, soon Bismillah started accompanying his uncle. He started to go with his uncle Ali Baks. What was the name of his uncle, bete? Ali Baks, to the Vishnu temple of Banaras, where Baks was employed to play the Shehnai, and where Baks was employed means on duty. He was employed there to play the Shehnai, Vishnu temple, bete. Okay, he goes with his uncle there. Okay, jate hain. Okay, Ali Baks would play the Shehnai and Bismillah Khan would sit captivated for hours on end. Okay, whenever Ali Baks was giving her performances and playing the Shehnai, what Bismillah Khan did at the time, he would sit captivated for hours on end. Okay, slowly he started getting lesson in playing the instrument and would sit practicing throughout the day. In this way, he was also getting, he was getting lesson for the lessons of Shehnai, how to play that, and he made himself perfect there. 4 years to come, the temple of Balaji and Mangla Maiya. Beta, 3 things you have to learn, beta, here. 4 years to come, okay, with the passage of time, the temple of Balaji, Mangla Maiya and the banks of the Ganga became the young apprentice. Apprentice means trainee's favorite haunts means, bete, where you want to come many times a day. Means these are the 3 places where Bismillah Khan wanted to go for his practice of Shehnai. These are Balaji, temple of Balaji, and the second Mangala Maiya Mandir, okay, and the third one is bank of Ganga. Became the young apprentice means trainee. Favorite haunts means where you want to go more and more, which things attracts you. These places attracts him, okay, and he could practice in solitude. Solitude means, bete, alone. What is the meaning of solitude? Alone. He was practicing there alone, okay, and the flowing waters of the Ganga inspired him to improvise and invent ragas. This question can come, bete. The Ganga inspired, flowing water of Ganga inspired him to improve. What in him to improve, bete? Means new raga, means Shehnai, playing of Shehnai, and he invent new ragas, rag which musician play on their instrument that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of the Shehnai, that were earlier considered very impossible for the other Shehnai players. Okay, now we have read the 5 stanzas of Bismillah Khan. Rest of the stanzas we will read in our next video. What you will do bete, once again you will read this chapter. If there is any problem regarding any word meaning, any line explanation, you can ask me on your WhatsApp number, okay, WhatsApp group, you can ask me. And what you will do bete, try to find out the question answers of Evelyn Glennie, okay, from your text question from your chapter. Okay, have a good day.